Hi guys, Billy back, and this is just a quick video to show you what I've done so far with this Wasteland Ranger Furiosa figure. Obviously it's way too small to be a 1/6 scale. It's more 1/7 scale, but sometimes you just got to make lemonade, and that's what I decided to do with this. It was such a nice figure that I decided to keep it just because, everything on it is really good. It is just a shame that it is underscaled. But I decided to go ahead and try and do some minor improvements to the figure while I was here. So as you can see, straight off the bat, I've actually put the grease paint on her head. If we come in and have a look, you can see when you do that to her, the eyes, they get far more of an intense stare. I don't know if you saw the original, but if you go back and look at my other video, it almost looked like she had a vacant expression. There was just not a lot there. So I put the grease paint on her head, and yeah, she looks like she's got more intent in those eyes now. And then we come down. I've managed to pull the top down a little bit and stuff it inside the corset to try and give her a bit more of the collarbone showing. And I've also more heavily weathered it. I've used about 5 different colours, including browns and sandy colours and stuff, just to try and weather it up a little bit more and make it look like it's been worn and gone through the trenches and that. And I've also slightly heavier weathered her face, her chest, her neck and her arms, just so it looks like she's been out and about for a little while. And then I've also weathered the shoulder pad with a little bit more few more colours in there now, and I've also added some of the rust that you see in the film around here, plus also done a little bit more with the silver paints to highlight some of the parts, like with paint scrapes, and then put more sandy sort of weathering on there, just because obviously she's been wearing it a while. I've also dirtied up that armband a little bit more. I've knocked down the metal studs because they're all very bright and silver, so I've gone in and actually dulled them down a little bit so they look more like they belong in that world. I've also done the straps along here, put more weathering on them. They didn't really have much, if any. And then I've weathered the belts. They've got the 5 colour weathering system that I did earlier on there. Did a small amount of weathering on this. I didn't want to do too much because it takes away from it, and it's just some great attention onto the belt thing. Sorry, I was just filming there. But yeah, I add a little bit more weathering. There's a bit more yellows and sands in the tops, just resting on top. Not much, but there's a little bit. And then I've really weathered the trousers a lot more, especially down by the bottom by the feet. So there's just got more sandy colours all around the edges. Also added more dry brushing to the shoes, blacks, browns, that kind of thing. And then we come over and I've done the arm. Now there's very subtle things in this arm. I'll try and zoom in so you can see. But there's slight oranges and rusts all inside in the little bits, like there's sand trapped inside it. Not a lot, because obviously she uses it and it moves around, so not a lot of sand will stay on it. But just little bits inside the crevices. Added tiny bits of rust here to the teeth and that, just to make it look more industrial, like she's been wearing it a while. And then of course, I found out the strap goes here down to this. So I haven't actually attached it, but I did stuff it in the side there, and it just came out as I was moving this around. Bit more weathering on the arm. Lots of dry brushing, blacks, rusty colours. And then some extra weathering on the pouches. And of course the back of the shirt. The back of the shirt didn't really have any weathering on it. It was a little bit, but not much, not as much as the front. So I went back and did that. Also, the review I did earlier, I didn't mention, doesn't come with the logo there, which is a shame. But I probably, got to remember, this is an artistic interpretation. This isn't actually Furiosa from Fury Road. It can't be. They get sued to buggery. So they've done what they can with it. But unfortunately, it's just too undersized. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna put this by my desk and just have it there as a really cool sort of, I don't know, offshoot figure from my regular collection. but she still looks great, to be honest. Like I said, I also weathered the this boot thing here. It's got more dust and sand trapped inside it. I will get a Tamiya weathering kit and actually use some of that to actually build up some layers of actual thick sand, so that certain parts of this can actually look like it's got it done. But yeah, that's it, guys. I really like it with the grease on that head. I just think it just wraps this up to, I don't know, somewhere where it wasn't before. I mean, she just looks like she's ready to kill someone. She's already like the head's down and she's looking up and she's ready to fuck you up. So I'm more than happy with this now. I don't think it will ever, I don't think you could use this as a basis to make a full 1/6 scale figure because the head's too small. I've been sharing pictures online of you know, me swapping the head for Furiosa onto Ellen Ripley, and it doesn't work. That head is way too small. And then vice versa, I took the Ellen Ripley head and put it on here and it looks like a bobblehead. So I don't think it's going to work. So I think we just have to either, you know, if you're a 1/6 aficionado and only 1/6, I think you're either going to need to return this. But, you know, I have a few other scales in my collection, so I'm not too suicidal over it. I'll just keep her next to my desk, put her in a different pose every so often, and keep her as a sort of an anomaly in my collection, so to speak. Anyway, guys, that's it. Just wanted to show you that quick video. Like and subscribe, and if you could do me a favour now, if you could just get the fuck out of my cave, I've got to go out. Okay, guys, bye-bye.